In part 5 of my Cloud Engineer Challenge, I finally deployed the front end using CI/CD, but did fail on the backend deployment. And honestly, this was one of the most frustrating and troubleshooting filled week. So let's get into it. Up to now, I had infrastructure, APIs, and backend deployments working. Deploying manually in part 4 using Terraform worked as expected, but real-world systems require Terraform code to be stored on GitHub to leverage version control, which is essential for managing infrastructure as code reliably. This enables better collaboration, auditing, and automation. And week 5, like this is part 5, was about automation, confidence, and breaking things on purpose. The first win of this week was actually deploying the front end entirely to CI/CD. No manual uploads, no clicking around in dashboards. Just a commit, pipeline runs, front end goes live. The pipeline handles deploying the static site automatically. This means every change is repeatable, traceable, and safe. At this point, front end deployment becomes boring, and that's exactly what I needed. Now, here's where things get interesting for the backend. I tried to get creative by having Terraform applying the whole backend infrastructure such as API gateway, DynamoDB, Lambda, and IAM permissions. But also once the infrastructure has been created, run a Cypress test to make sure it is getting the correct response from the API endpoint, the live API endpoint. And if succeeded, notify as successful. If not, destroy the infrastructure which was created. The idea was simple: deploy the backend, run Cypress test against the live API, only succeed if everything behaves as expected. But the pipeline failed, not because the CI/CD was broken, but because there were so many moving parts that I did not consider properly. The failure was good in a way because this is something, as beginners, we don't see enough. A failing pipeline is not like failure, it is actually feedback, and that's what I was getting. A lot of feedback, a lot of errors, but the logs were good and I could troubleshoot them. So even getting past this stage was actually a big achievement. And I did use a lot of cloud AI to actually assist me in this. And even then I was struggling. The backend was technically deployed, but not in the state I could confidently ship, because through last night's troubleshooting sessions, I got the Cypress test working on the pipeline, but then it didn't move past the success step, and I did not want to delay posting this video that I'm currently making further, so I had to call it quits on it, and I'll come back to it some other time. To clarify, the Cypress test ran successfully from my local machine, but no one wants to hear it runs on my local machine. The lessons that I've learned from week 5, the part 5, were big lessons, because CI/CD is about trust and not speed. Front-end automation is only the first step. Tests will break your pipeline, and that's good. Real engineering starts when things fail, and don't forget to add Terraform to your .git ignore file, because you'll be pushing all your big Terraform files into the Git repo, and you don't want that. Well, it doesn't work. And then you're going to end up clearing all that files, all the Terraform states, and yeah, it's all a big mess. So for this series, I'm going to conclude it over here, but I will be fixing the cloud resume and making sure I have a working CI/CD pipeline for the back end, and will make a blog post about this on my website. If you are learning cloud or DevOps and things are breaking, you are doing it right. And if you found this video series helpful, hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.